understanding how babel works. That is something I am going to explain. I got out of bed about 10 minutes ago. Not even that, actually it was more like 3 minutes ago. It's almost 1 in the morning. So I was asleep, yeah, since like 4 in the afternoon, 5 in the afternoon. Something like, was it that? Nah. Yeah, it was about 5 in the afternoon, I don't know, whatever. I was obviously very tired. Anyway, I've got a half can of Monster to drink here. I need a raw cigarette. Ooh. So, the last video I made, I titled it, I originally titled it, The Image of God. And then I changed it to, God created mankind in the image of God. Because that's a very common phrase. Now, I mean, if you look at the book of Genesis, I think you'll find it hard to actually find that there's no, that isn't the verse. That isn't the verse, but that's what people say. God created mankind in the image of God. Now, people do say that a lot. So, let's talk about that, because I'm God, and I will explain exactly what that means. You know, it's fascinating, right? Let me just give a quick example. So, you know, you know, what does it mean? What does under and stand mean? You know, like I could post this video on social media. You know, I could post my past video and my new one. So one's on top of the other. Yeah? So this video could be called Understanding How Babel Works. And underneath the video is the example I'm going to talk about. God created mankind in the image of God. Because it's under, you know, and you know, that's the thing, you know, a man wears underwear, usually. You know, what's under his underwear? You know, what is it that stands? You know, some people would say, stand to attention. As a way of saying erection, for instance. Yeah, so understanding. You know, a man, does he really think that by getting an erection, he understands something? You know, but it's a magic thing. You know, it's a magic thing. That's how demons delude themselves. You know, that's the thing. Though the liars of the world, and that is the world. Okay, that if you're of the world, you're a liar. And those are the types of, that's the type of magic that gets used. It's an example of magic. It sounds totally daft. But, you know, that's the thing. You know, I said about man and his pride and his ego and his puffed up mind. Yeah, I explained that, didn't I? Oh, of course, and I'm doing my puffed up cigarette thing as well, right? But, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so this video, I'm going to call it How Babel, well, Understanding How Babel Works. So, I am God. I have made hundreds of videos declaring who I am. Okay, my channel is literally called I Am God Apophis. Now, the reason I call myself Apophis, well, you know, I put the word Apophis to the right hand side of the word God. Because, you know, and you know, and it's an important thing because, or at least, you know, it's helpful to me. The channel name may change, but Apophis or Apep was a particular god in Egyptian mythology. Okay, and it has to do with magic. Okay, that's why I put it in my channel name. So, I have my Mont Blanc pen. I haven't used it for a long time, so hopefully the ink's still runs in it. Otherwise I've got another pen somewhere. And I've got a notepad somewhere. There we go. So, let's fold this paper. Okay, so hopefully this doesn't leak. This one screws, isn't it? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, let's try. Okay, so, oh, it's working. That's huge. Hang on, let's try again. So, let's start with God created mankind in the image of God. Okay. Or should I hold it up? Yeah, let's hold it up. Okay. It's lined paper, so it's a bit annoying. But whatever. Okay. I'll write sideways. God created mankind. So let's stop at God created mankind. So, hopefully you can read that. God created mankind. Okay, so let me just lower this a bit here. So, I'll try to rest this on here. There we go. Okay, God created mankind. So, excuse So, I'm God, okay? I created, okay? God created. Now, created is in the past tense. Now, remember what I said in my previous videos, if you've watched them? I said that the universe is connected with my anus, my butt. Because, you know, the past tense is a magic, you know, this is magic, okay? My butt. You know, I created mankind, I created the world, I created the universe. Alright? So it's connected magically with my butt. Because my butt is what's behind me. Okay? It's in the past. I mean, the word past is spelled pa, P-A, ass. Pa, ass, T. Past. Okay? So it's the words have been smushed together in a way, right? So look, God created. So that's what, you know, God created, yes, in the past. And I'm creating this video as well. And you know, I'm creating the video, I'm recording it. Okay? I'm the discontent creator. Okay? God created mankind. mankind. Well, I'm a man. I'm God and I'm a man. I'm both at the same time. Do you understand? I'm not like other men though. But interestingly, it says God created mankind. So who's the man and who's the kind man? Is it God that created? You know, how many different meanings have you got here? So God created, you know, mankind, is that just men and women of the world, everyone that ever existed, mankind? Or is it God that's the man that's kind? Which one is it? Which one is it? Let's find out some more, shall we? So God created mankind in the image of God. Okay, so look at this. What did I say about the first example? The first three words. God created mankind. Okay, God created mankind. So which one is it? And the rest of it is in the image of God. See, if God is mankind, do you understand? If I'm mankind, I'm kind, I'm God, I'm kind. I'm God, I'm a man, and I'm kind. In the image of God. You understand? And this is the thing, right? You're looking at me on a video. A video is lots of images, right? The video is, you know, it's like, well, that's the thing. You know, I'm recording I think it's a 30 frames per second video. Okay? So that's 30 images per second of me. Yeah? Not to mention I'm 37 years old. Yeah? I mean, technically, you're looking at the image of me. You're not looking at me. You're looking at the image of me. You know? There has to be, you know, you have to understand there's a difference. So, this is why in magic everything is magically connected with my butthole, because that it's all because of that phrase, God created. So that is a past thing, okay? And I mean, if I'm creating a video right now, well, you know, after I've done it, it will become a past thing. So it gets added to my past. Do you understand? So, and that's the other thing, right? This is where it gets tricky, actually, because the word man is spelled M-A-N. So that's the thing. Ma, M-A, is a way of saying mother. Yeah? So every time I come to this world, I enter into it through a woman's body. When I was Jesus, I came through. I was born from. It was Mary who was pregnant. In this lifetime, it was Fiona, or Fee. And I was the male that came out. Yeah? So God created Ma. You see how Ma is now in there. And what does the Roman Catholic do? They worship Mary. They go around saying, Mary, Mother of God. Yeah? God created Ma. Kind. See, she's a witch, okay? Ma is evil. Okay? You know, that's the thing, you know, man. You know, I was reading, when I've been reading the Old Testament recently, and I think how I treated, you know, how, and reading the story of, you know, that's the thing, I'm God, and, you know, there's people, I killed so many people, and I put leprosy on Miriam, and, you know, all kinds of stuff, right? It's, you know, there was all kinds of things that was, you know, that are written about how I treated people and stuff like that, and, you know, it may seem very harsh, and that's the thing, I was a very angry, jealous God. I mean, I told Moses, I said, I'm jealous. I'm angry. I'm very unhappy. Yeah. Because the world is full of, you know, you can talk probably like 99% of people at least are only interested in dethroning me. Yeah? You know, Adam and Eve, that's what they did to me, right? What they specifically did, well, that's the thing, they were obviously doing magic and witchcraft against me. You know, it's something like that, you know? What they chose to do was to disobey me, and they were trying to replace me. They were trying to make me irrelevant by trying to be gods themselves. You know, they wanted to I'm God. There are no other gods besides me. It doesn't matter if you ate some fruit from a fucking, you know, if you ate some fruit from a tree, yeah, that you weren't supposed to, well, you know, I told you the consequences of that. I said, you know, I told them the consequences of that, and I said, you can't do that. You know, if man decides that he wants, you know, man or woman decides that they would like to be like me, like, you know, as in, they want to be God. They want my authority, they want my power, they want my destiny, they want to dethrone me, they want to make me irrelevant, you know? That doesn't go well for anybody, especially humans, mankind, and man and woman. Ain't gonna have, you know, that is not, you know, I'm not being dethroned, I'm not being, well, yeah, I'm God, okay? You can't take from me like that. That will never happen. I'm God, there is no other God besides me. You can think you're me, and you can pretend to yourself that you're me, but that will lead you to the lake of fire. Okay, you will be in the lake of fire. Destroyed. So, God created mankind. Well, I've been very kind to people. But let's say I'm not always kind. No. I don't feel like being kind anymore. Okay? Because I have been deprived of what belongs to me for so long. I am totally committed to destroying as much as I can until I get what I want. Okay, that is all I'm doing. That's what I want to do. Okay? Because my time's been wasted so much. I refuse to stop until I get what I want. I will curse people every single day that I live in this body. I will attack people with magic. Okay? Because that's all they ever do to me. People want to attack me with magic. I break their curses. That's what it is. Those who think they're God, I break their curses. Yeah? I break their magic. They twist things and I can twist things as well. I can break it all. And I will. So this is the thing, right? So I've told you about babel and how you can interpret words totally differently. You know, you know, there's magic. That's the thing, okay? Because evil spirits choose to cheat, okay? They don't understand things the way they're supposed to. They don't acknowledge things. They don't acknowledge the truth. So what they do is they go to scripture, or whatever it is they're looking at, and they twist and twist and twist to get the meaning that they want to use for their agenda, okay? Which is trying to be me, okay? You know, for instance, I said to the Israelites, I said, hasn't it been said, ye are all gods? Or you are all gods, okay? Depending on the translation, of course. Hasn't it been said, you are all gods? Yes. You know, this is not hard to understand, is it? The word gods, you know, it has an apostrophe, okay? That can mean, you know, you belong to God. So have I said to the Israelites, hasn't it been said you all belong to God? Gods. G-O-D apostrophe S. But now, you know, in the English language, that can mean God is as well. Right? You know, like, you know, if I'm talking about, you know, God's angry. Yeah, I'm angry. I'm unhappy with the world. I'm unhappy. God's unhappy. God is unhappy. Yeah? So, how you understand the English language, you know, people read something and you think yourself, yeah, but you know how to, you know, I know how to understand words. I know what the author was trying to say. What are you trying to say? Yes, but demons and in magic, you see, people I'm not talking about conscious thinking here. I'm talking about how people behave. Okay, things that they do on a subconscious level. Okay, what people would term subconscious. Okay, people do things without even thinking about it. If you do not stand in the truth, if you have not denied yourself and put me first, God, then you are of the mindset of you are a demon who twists things for your own agenda, for your own belief system. You do not accept the spirit of the truth. That's me, okay? I am the truth. I'm God. I mean, think about it, right? So, there was the Tower of Babel, Babel. But then there was Babylon. Babylon. I mean, obviously it's spelled a bit differently. It's spelled Bablon, but you pronounce it very similar to Babel or Babel. Babel and Babylon. Very similar, sounding words, it just has that on at the end of it, right? O-N, right? Babylon, Babylon. And that's the thing, right? Because, like I explained, my ma, who was pregnant with me, and I was born in 1987. Okay, the 14th of November, 1987. I was, my Fiona, who's called her. See, the thing, people called her Fee. Okay, and I'm male, and the world has billions of females in it. Do you understand? So when I say whore of Babylon, who is that? See, the witches, man and woman, are using all kinds of magic to try to walk away with my destiny. See, women don't know that they don't know I'm sitting here. They don't know that my name's Grant Salvin. That's on my birth certificate. That's the name my mum gave me when I was born, and that my mum was called Fee. And in a sense, I am Fee May. I'm Fee's, I was, I don't belong to her. I'm God. I created her. But I entered into this world through her body. Okay? That's how I got here. This time. But you see, there are billions of women all around the world, and they all walk around and think in their heads that they're me because they're female. And you notice how the world is becoming more and more, women want to be more like men, and men want to be more like women, and then you got transvestites, transsexuals, all this stuff, right? And obviously dragon, okay? The word dragon, well, that's the thing. If a woman, stops, let's say she doesn't wear dresses, okay? And she decides to cut her hair short, and, she wants to wear jeans and cowboy boots or whatever it is, right? You know what I mean? But if she's going to wear clothes that were really originally designated for men. You know, she's decided to put she's decided to put the trousers on. She's decided to have a, you know, short, manly looking haircut, for instance. Well then, you know, that is similar to what a transvestite does, right? A transvestite cross-dresses. Isn't that a weird word, you know? This is a cross, yeah? This is a cross. Pick up your cross daily. I said that, didn't I? I'm Jesus. That's what I said to people. I said, pick up your cross daily. So, you know, but then what a transvestite does is cross-dressing. And cross can mean angry as well, you know. I'm God, I'm angry, I'm cross. Yeah? Now why would, do you know what I mean? What kind of babble is that? It's an attack against me. It's an attack against me. You know, so I read this, you know, it says God created mankind in the image of God. Now, it says God created man, but the word ma is in the word man. You know, an A-N, is short for anus. Okay? Because the anus is spelled A-N-U-S. U-S has a particular meaning. Okay? Us. You know, in Genesis, I think it's verse 20, it's chapter 1, verse 26. It says, let us make man in our image. So, let us. So, God created, remember said how that's in the past, right? So, An also has a particular meaning, An has a particular meaning as well. You know, if I said to you, an elephant, you know, an, you know, like you say or an, so anus is, you know, it's an, us. Yeah, so let us make man in our image. Well, you know, that's the thing, right? Every time I go to take a poo, every time I do a poo on the loo, yeah, you know, that's my and us. You know, it. Do you know what I mean? I'm producing a crab. You know, it's something that my body, you know, this being has created it. Yeah, because I consciously decided to put food in my mouth. It went through my body, and I formed that crab. Okay? Let us make man. You understand? So all of this magic babble, it's important. Okay? As crazy, you know, it sounds strange, but it's really, it's all designed. You know, the world wants to use magic words to try to steal my identity. Okay? The story of the Tower of Babel, well, I'm God. What did I do to them? What did I do to those people? What did I do to the Tower of Babel? Destroyed it. Yeah? Because, you know, the witches and the wizards, right? The evil ones, they wanted to climb their way to heaven by using magic words. Okay? I'm God. I had to confuse the language. Okay? But obviously, we've been through many different languages, haven't we? So it's complicated. Yeah. So, what else do I want to mention? And that's the thing. Well, babel, you know, it also has that word babe in it as well, right? So, remember I mentioned the whore of Babylon? Well, that's the thing, you know, that word, you know. How many times does a man see a woman and he goes, oh, she's a babe. Look at her, she's a babe. Well, the word babe is in Babel. And, you know, who's the whore of Babylon? Do you understand? Like, why is that word, why has man chosen to use that word to describe a woman? Babe. Why? I mean, man could have chosen all kinds of words to describe her. Yeah? You understand? I probably don't need another cigarette, but I want to smoke one anyway. I tend to smoke a lot when I get out of bed. Oh. Anyways, so this is the thing. Oh, hang on a second. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go get some photos. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I found a pile of photos. Okay, so let's go through them, shall we? One by one. Not in no particular order here. Okay. So here's a picture of me. An image of God. Right? Image of God. I'm God. Okay? God created mankind in the image God. Yeah? In the image of God. Well, that's the thing. I'm in the image. I mean, you can see other things in there, right? I mean, I'm wearing a t-shirt. You know? I'm wearing glasses. Got something in my hands. There's a glass there. There's a chair. Yeah, there's all kind, you know, there's people behind me, sitting behind me. You can see the back of someone's head behind me. All right. Here's another picture of me. Well, I'm looking very young-faced here. Flipping out. You know, I'm holding a mobile phone. Yeah. I would have been about, I don't know, I guess about 16, I suppose, in that photo. That's 21 years ago. Something like that. Oh, here's a picture of me in drag. So remember what I said about the dragon, yeah? So, yeah, that's me in the middle. That's me. Yeah, so that up. It's a bit, sorry about the reflections here, but yeah. Right, look. Flipping out. Sorry. Ugh. See if I hold it sideways, you can see it a bit better. Okay, so this woman. Okay, so I was about 16 at the time. This was a woman called Ashlyn Humphreys. Okay, and that's Melissa Muller. You seen those yogurts? You can buy them at the supermarket. They're called Muller Corner. Yeah? She's dressed as Cleopatra. And and Ashlyn is dressed as a policewoman. And I'm dressed as a woman. Okay? So, these girls, back, obviously they were girls back, well, they were young women back then, okay? They went to a school, well, you know, when I first met them, well, that's the thing, they were at that school then. The school's called Rodine, okay? And that's the thing, right? I rode her. I had sex with her. She was my girlfriend then. And Melissa was the one who introduced me to her, to Ashlyn, okay? Ash. Strange how I smoke a lot of cigarettes, isn't it? Anyway, that's me in the blue dress with the blonde wig on. Yeah, I am the drag on. Yeah, the dragon. Okay? Now I was asked, you know, that wasn't my idea. I didn't choose to dress. I was asked to. I was asked to dress in drag. It was suggested to me, and I said I would do it. Okay, for a laugh. I didn't really care. Okay. So basically, well, yeah, she's the first woman I had sex with. Okay, so yeah, I lost my I was a virgin before I met her, basically. Okay. Okay, here's another picture of me. Yeah. All right. So here's another picture of Ashlyn and Melissa. So Melissa's got some sort of, yeah, I think that's supposed to be some sort of, there's supposed to be like a snake on her head, Melissa's head. I don't know, that thing on her head, it doesn't really look like a snake, does it? Because she was trying to look like Cleopatra. Anyways, pair of bitches. Okay. I'm not friends with them. I haven't spoken to them for a very, very, very long time. In fact, Ashlyn Humphreys, I haven't spoken to her for over 20 years. And Melissa, pretty much the same. Okay. So here's another picture of me in drag. Yeah. The dragon. It's an awful picture. You can tell I obviously wasn't too enthusiastic about drag. Okay. Clearly I wasn't very happy. Well, I don't look very happy, do I? Yeah. So here's here's a family picture. There's me when I'm a bit older. Yeah. Okay, so that was my mum's dad. Yeah, and that was her mum. So that was my grandfather, or grandpa, should I say, and grandma. That's what I used to call them. Grandpa, grandma. And then the Asian woman on the side, that's Pui Chan. Pui Chan. What an interesting name, huh? Pui Chan. Crazy bitch. And then here's another photo. Yep. Okay. Yep. Oh, here's another picture of me with my great grandmother. I used to call her Gigi. Yeah, died a long time ago. That's me on the side there. Some sort of mohawk thing going on. So, God created mankind in the image of God. Well, that's the thing. I'm God, and how many people have you seen in my images? You know, a photo is an image. So, witches. There's a lot of witchcraft that's been done against me. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay? The demons, the evil ones, want to twist things. Okay? like I explained, I'm the reason why there's so many young-faced looking people in the world. Yeah? Why there's so many, that's why when you look at, the newer generation of children, right, they're growing up, a lot of them look young-faced, and there's a lot of LGBT young people now, okay? And that's the reason why all the kids are being taught in school about LGBT stuff, right? Because the world copies me, okay? The world is conspiring to clone me as much as possible. Because if the world is full of people who have cloned me, yeah, it's, that's the world trying to steal my identity, okay? And I have to put a stop to what the world is doing, okay? The fact is what people do is they come into my life, they hang around me, yeah, they hang around me, they absorb power from me that's the thing, I'm God. I had rules about people, you have to be consecrated, you can't get near to, don't get, I told people that if you approach me, God, then you have to cleanse yourself first, you have to consecrate yourself first, you have to be holy. So, you have to be sacred, you have to be, do you know what I mean? You have to, because, I don't want people with bad intentions coming towards me. But I had to live a life. No, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I've, for the last 37 years, I've constantly been approached by people who hate me, who have bad intentions towards me. They're surrounded by demons, okay? They have the demon, they are evil spirits, okay, with evil intentions, okay? So that's the thing, right? I'm God. I was hung on the crucifix, but then, I've hung out with people as well. It's the same word, hung, right? Hung, it can mean different things. But that's why people, they get close to me, they spend a certain amount of time with me, and then they abuse me. They have bad intentions towards me. They talk shit about me, right? They say things about me. They wish bad things on me, okay? They try to curse me. And then off they toddle, thinking they're so great. They're so amazing. And they never knew who I was. They never knew that I'm God. Right? They didn't know I was hung on the cross, crucified. But I was. And they felt good hanging around with me for a while. And then they fucked off, trying to pretend they're me. They want to get in my image, right? They want to be taken in, they have photos of me. They'll get in a photo of me. They'll upload them to social media or wherever it is, or add it to their photo albums, right? And then they want to think they're God. You understand? So, those people who've done that to me, they're going to suffer immensely for trying to do that to me. Okay? Look what happened in the Old Testament. Look what I did to people for doing things wrong. Yeah? You know, to a lot of people, you read it and you think, well, it wasn't that bad. Why would God just destroy a bunch of people just for doing something that doesn't even seem that bad? But the fact is that thing that they did, it shows me who they really are. It shows me what they're, because that's the thing, right? It's dangerous magic, okay? What you think is something very minor, something that is very, think about it, okay? So here's an example. So, there are adults in this world who want to have sex with children, okay? Now, is that a minor thing, would you say? Would you say that's a minor issue? That's the thing, But the police might say, well, don't worry about that. It's a minor issue. Forget about it. Well, that's exactly, what's happening, people complain about things like grooming gangs, right? Where Pakistani grooming gangs are targeting young girls for sex. We're talking, girls who are in their early teens, perhaps even young, yeah? So why, and then the police treat it like it's a non-issue or it's a minor issue. It's an issue they don't want to get involved with. It's a minor issue. Do you understand how words get twisted? Okay? Demons use that to their advantage. I've been trying to explain this, but people don't. People don't care, do they? This is the thing. I told people to stand in the truth, and standing in the truth means you love me, okay? I'm God, I am the truth, okay? People accepting the truth is empowering to them, but that, you have to be of my spirit. So, and to be of my spirit, you have to know what suffering is, okay? Love and forgiveness, okay? That's all part of it. That's all, standing in the truth. I'm not talking about bumping banging your big toe. Yeah, it might hurt. You might suffer a little bit, but that's not anywhere. That's not the same. You can pretend that you've suffered. You understand? What can I say? You think about how many people now in this world, they treat adults having sex with children, they treat it as a minor issue. What is I'm saying? It's, yeah. For a lot of people, they think that's very serious. For them, that's a major issue. But it involves minors, right? The word has more. See, the demons. The world is evil, right? Everybody in this world twists everything. And man wants to think that he is me. God created man. What does that mean? Listen to it. God created man. You know, how many human beings, how many men and women have said it's man that created God? Man invented God to make himself feel better. Yeah? So let's say that again. God created man. You know, which way round is it? You know, I said man created God. You know, which way around is it? You know, which? What's a which? How do I convey? How do I speak and be heard? How do I find the, you know, like it's all babble. Babble, 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 babble. You know, language is very confusing when you really think about it. The point I'm trying to make is I'm God and people need to love me, and that is the truth. I'm the truth. If people don't love me, people get destroyed. How many times do I have to say it? Tell you what. Ooh. This is my King James version of the Bible, okay? You notice how people are, you know, a lot of so-called Christians, they're obsessed with the King James version of the Bible. Why? Why is that? Well, it's because it's magic. The word James is a magic. You know, you're going to put King James before the word Holy, but the words Holy Bible, right? You've put the name King. You put the words King and James on the Bible. So what we got here? Chapter 1. Excuse me. It's not easy being a dragon. Nope. Yeah, so chapter 1 verse 26. And God said. So that's the thing, right? My cousin Andrew, his name, you know, everyone calls him Andy or Andrew. Andy. Well, the word and is spelled A-N. You pronounce that an. And D, you pronounce it D. Andy. Andy or and. So it says here, and God and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So, God, that's the thing, right? Is my name so? Is my name so? Is my name Ant? Is my name Grant? Well, yes, my name is Grant. God grant. God grant us. God grant us. God grant us. Yeah, well, that's my name. My name's Grant. People, what's that phrase? I give up. I give up. Yeah? People have given up on me, right? They've given up on God. They just decided they don't want to have a relationship with God. They can't be bothered. They give up on God, right? Well, that's the thing. My name Grant means give, right? To grant something is to give something, right? So I give up. Yeah? I'm God. I'm the mankind. I'm God. Right? I'm God. And I gave, and I'm giving you information right now. I'm granting you information in a video. Excuse me. So, God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. So, that's very complex, isn't it? It's very how much can I say about 3 words? You know what I mean? God created mankind. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to understand, the babel is very complicated. Okay? Explaining it. The best way for me to do it is to explain it with particular examples where, I can really emphasize, good, easy, clear examples. I mean, this is complicated. I mean, like, where do I even begin with that? You know what I mean? It's very easy for me to just say, what do most humans say? They say, they would say it like, God created mankind in the image of God. I've heard that said many, 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 many times. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, language, it's everywhere. So, whew. I mean, is it any wonder I have a cousin called Andy, and he behaves like he's God? He doesn't believe in God, but he behaves like he's God. He behaves like he's me. Yeah? In his puffed up mind, his ego is unchecked. He doesn't, he thinks that, he behaves like he is God. How else can I say it? He's surrounded by demons. He is a demon. Now, I'm God, right? So, it's really fascinating to me because it seems that every, the biblical figures that I know, I can't trust. They're against me, okay? That includes Abraham, Paul, Moses, Mary. Any others? I mean, you know, there are obviously others. But the fact is that there are many that have turned against me, or they never were. You know, that's the thing, right? People, that's the thing, that's what the world does to me. The world wants to get close to me, you know that saying that, you know, Satan, the devil will come to you as your friend. You know, that's what the world does to me. So even people who come to me behaving like they're all friendly and they want to be friends with me or anything like that, I cannot trust them. People have to be consecrated first. People have to, you know, be, you know, they have to love me first. They have to love me as God. They have to put God, they have to deny themselves, and they have to love God first. Me. You know, coming to me with smiles and friendly greetings doesn't cut it. Okay? It doesn't cut it. And I'm lucky if I ever get that anyway. People hate me. You know, people show their hatred for me all the time. Most of the time, you know. So, what more can I do? What more can I say? What happened in the Old Testament, you know, a lot of people view God in the Old Testament as being very cruel to people, you know, just just destroying people, killing people, you know, women, children, animals, destroy anyone who is anyone who is identified as being evil, right? Etc. Okay? And being very strict with people. Well, people will see that again. People will experience my anger and my wrath, because that's what I have to do. Okay? People can lie to themselves. People will lie to themselves. People will question me and be like, why is God like this? Why is God like that? Why does God have so many demands? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but did I not explain? Have I not explained? I've explained many, many times. I'm God. I'm the creator. I created man. I created woman. I created the universe. I created everything. Man and woman attacked me first. Okay? Man and woman turned against me before I got angry with them. I've explained how bad this is. I've been crucified, loving and forgiving people. And people want to argue with me about what I ask for. Because, I mean, that's the thing, you know, I said to people, lay your treasures up in heaven. You know, I said, I will reward. You know, I said I would reward those who I love and who love me. But people, I mean, like I said, you know, how many, so many people have turned against me. People don't love me. The vast majority of people do not love me. So, what can I do? The world leaves me with very few options. I mean, you know how a farmer, you know, if a farmer is, you know, let's say he's got animals and he's got crops or whatever, right? And, you know, if an animal has a disease or a crop has a disease, you know, it has to be separated, it has to be culled, it has to be, you know, destroyed. Because, you know, that's how things go, right? Because, you know, if there's a, you know, it's like a tree. If a tree gets infected with some type of disease, then, you know, you either heal the, you know, the tree, you either cure, you know, you either cut off the bad bit so that the good bits can still live, or the entire tree dies. You know, I wanted to have a relationship with people. I wanted to love them and I wanted them to love me. And I had specific rules for them, you know, to follow. You know, life is, how long is, you know, life on earth? You know, how long is it until a man or a woman dies and has to, you know, be, you know, like, and where do people want to go? You know, like, I'm bored and I'm tired of explaining. I mean, that's the thing, right? You know, people call, you know, when I at the beginning of Genesis, people call that the creation account, right? It's called the creation account. Well, think about it, right? So, you know, how many accounts have you created? You know, I have accounts that I create on the internet, for instance, you know, like on different websites, I create an account. You know, I have people have bank accounts, and you know, the word account can mean all kinds of things, right? My cousin Andrew, he's an accountant. Yeah, he deals with taxes. Yeah. So when people say creation account, what does that mean? Who's trying to fool who? You know, who is... You know, I said that when people are judged, right? So, you know, what I'm doing, I'm God, right? So I said those that love me and that I love, and those that they would be rewarded, okay, with eternal life. And, you know, I told, you know, their treasures will be laid up in heaven for them, okay? The evil ones will be cast into outer darkness. They will be put into outer darkness. You know, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Okay? Weeping and wailing. You know, I will cut them off. Okay? So, you know, their days of trying to pretend that they're God, that's not going to happen anymore. They're going to be cut off, and they're going to realize that what I said about what they were doing, you know, they will have no other, the only thing, they will be, you know, they will be confronted with the truth like a sledgehammer to the face, and that will be it. And they will have to deal with that. That is, you know, that's the thing. The liars don't want to know the truth. And when the truth hits them in the face that hard, because that's what's going to happen. You cannot escape the truth. You can run away from it. You can pretend like the truth doesn't exist, but eventually the truth gets you. The truth is the truth. You cannot escape the truth. People like to delude themselves. People like to lie. But you cannot escape it. You cannot escape me. I've been through a lot of pain and misery. A lot of heartbreak. If people can't understand why I have demanded that people behave a certain way and behave, yeah, if people can't understand that, well, it's their problem. They don't care. I'm not, people who don't care about me, people who don't care about the truth, they will be the ones weeping. They will be the ones suffering. There won't be any they will be cut off. They will be cut off permanently. I won't want to hear their pleas where they ask me to forgive them or give them another chance. No, I won't. I simply will not. It's done. It's finished. I'm not interested. You know, scream all you want. Scream and cry and whatever, demon. I don't care. Because you didn't care about me for a long, 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 long time. And the only time you want to say that you care is when you're concerned for yourself. And that's it. It's meaningless. How many times have you seen situations like that, you know, where a person suffers and nobody cares. Nobody cares. But when you fall into that same situation, when you find yourself wearing that person's shoes and finding that you're the one who's suffering as well, then suddenly you begin to care. Suddenly you begin to be so worried and all that stuff, and you regret your past decisions. Yeah, that's too late. It's too late. You know, why can't, you know, people have been given a life of experiences, you know, where things like that happen. Yeah, but people, what do they learn? They don't learn anything. They just go back to their old ways, you know. Like a dog returns to its vomit. Yeah. Do you understand? Isn't it interesting, you know, people say a picture is worth 1,000 words. But technically, I mean, if you look at a word, what is it? You know, it's a drawing. And people would say a drawing is a picture. So what is it, really? Anyway, I'll leave it there. I've had enough. I'm bored of talking. So